Well, our next guest joins us from Tel Aviv, where the Iron Dome Israeli defense shield has struck down at least 3 incoming rockets over the weekend, probably many more. Naftali Bennett is the former chief of staff to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and a major in the commando reserves. Sir, thank you so much for joining us today. What is the situation there in Tel Aviv for you?
You know, just a few minutes ago here in the great city of Tel Aviv, we had a couple of missiles shot on Tel Aviv. Roughly 1 million people are in shelters in the center of Israel. What's happening here in a nutshell? 7 years ago, we handed Gaza over to the Palestinians. They formed a state. Days after forming the state, they began shooting missiles on our civilians. And ever since, it's been going on and on. A few days ago, enough was enough, and Prime Minister Netanyahu authorized taking out the head of the terrorists, the Iranian terrorists in Gaza, and that's what we did. And since then, the terrorists have been shooting thousands of missiles on us. We will protect ourselves, and that's what we're doing these very moments.
All right, I want to ask you about the report that there is an Israeli official who's gone to Cairo to engage in talks there, Egypt, hoping to broker a ceasefire. What do you make of the involvement in Egypt in this conversation? There was, a ceasefire earlier. It didn't last, obviously. What are the hopes of the Israeli people, of the government there, that there would be some type of ceasefire that would be permanent?
You know, I've been riding around southern Israel, met thousands of Israelis. There's consensus. Everyone here is willing to endure being in the shelters for a few more days or weeks as much as possible, as long as we win the battle on terror. This is not war. This is a fight on terror, on people who are deliberately shooting civilians. Usually they're shooting from inside hospitals and kindergartens, so we won't be able to shoot back, using the kids as a human shield. So we need to win. We need to beat the Hamas, and that's what the population in Israel wants.
How do you respond to the criticism that comes from the other side, saying that Israel is the aggressor? They point specifically to occupation. These are their accusations. How do you respond?
Shannon, there is no occupation. We left Gaza. There's not one soldier in Gaza. There's not one Israeli there. They had the option to turn it into the Singapore of the Middle East, and I still hope that one day they'll do that. Right now, they've turned Gaza into a launch pad of terror into Israel. Iran has effectively taken over Gaza and is attacking me and my kids and my family. We're going to defend ourselves. We've been here for thousands of years in this land, and we intend to continue being here. There is only one aggressor, and that's the Iranian terror stemming out of the Gaza Strip.
How is the Iron Dome working? We've heard that folks can actually see it in action with their own eyes there over Tel Aviv. What has been your experience?
Well, the Iron Dome technology is pretty remarkable. I've seen dozens and dozens of missiles shot at us, and then you simply look into the sky and you see our counter missiles intercept them midway and blow them up. It's a pretty remarkable technology. But I do want to emphasize, at the end of the day, we have to win the battle on terror. It's not enough to intercept missiles midway. We have to hunt down the terrorists who are trying to kill us and get them down before they hit us more.
All right, Naftali Bennett, thank you very much for your firsthand account of what's happening there, sir. Thank you.